Well, if the video from the last time is gonna shock you, well, the topic for this one is gonna shock you even more. So sit down, buckle down, or buckle up. I don't know, because I am gonna spill some truth to all of you out there watching. By the way, welcome to another episode of Monty's Confessions. I new series I'm working on, so if you like it, this is the second episode in so far. Hit that like button and share this video and subscribe if you like it so far. So I was so earlier today I was thinking to myself, okay, what should be the topic for the next episode? And I was juggling around in my head with some ideas, and an idea popped up. So if you didn't know, in recent news, and this is irrelevant to what I'm going to talk about. In recent news, you know that Toys R Us came back. So it came, I think somewhere in New Jersey, I heard. I think somewhere in Florida. I think somewhere, other parts of the U.S. and probably somewhere overseas. And I think somewhere in Canada. And I think, I could be wrong. Because if you know, back in 2018, like summer 2018, Toys R Us basically shut down, ran out of business. This is irrelevant because what I'm about to tell you is crazy. Now, before I say, okay, I have never been to Toys R Us. And no, I'm not lying to you. I am not bullshitting, although it sounds like I am, but I am dead serious. I am serious as a diarrhea. I know that's gross, I know. But I am serious. I have never been to Toys R Us. That's how serious I am. I've never been to Toys R Us. Now, before you put your pitchforks and torches emojis in the comments, let me explain. I normally don't, put my family's business out there like that, but, we're kind of like a middle-class family. You know what I mean? We're not like Richie Rich and live in a mansion and I have a dog with dollar signs all over it, and we don't have a Mount Rushmore of our faces. And we're not like, people that are less fortunate than us. I'm not trying to talk about, incomes and families and stuff. But yeah, I just say, we're like a middle class family. I mean, we get by, by getting groceries and paying bills and stuff. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that. If you want to know more about incomes and families and stuff, I'm pretty sure there's other YouTube videos out there. Just not on here. Not on here. So anyway, I just never been to Toys R Us. I'm pretty sure my older sister has. I don't know. I have to ask her to. I don't know. I should have asked her before this video, but I don't know if she did. For argument's sake, I'm just gonna say yes. She probably has. What's up with the hand movements? I don't know. So, excuse me. But yeah, in my hometown, as small as it is, we never had a Toys R Us. I mean, we had a Walmart, we had like a grocery store or two, and we have a few restaurants. And we have like, we have like State Farm and, all those other company buildings. And we have like banks and stuff. But yeah, I think the only Toys R Us-ish experience I got was the toy section at Walmart. Yes, I know. I was one of those kids that always, when I was like a little kid, I was that kid that always buy toys at Walmart instead of at Toys R Us. I never got that full Toys R Us experience. I always had the Walmart experience. Because Walmart, believe it or not, unlike those expensive grocery stores or the stores in general, somehow affordable. Especially if you're a middle-class family. Again, I'm not going to talk about that, but it's true. And I was never ashamed, you know, because you're a kid and you never think twice about it. But yeah, that was my Toys R Us ish experience by just going to the toy section at Walmart, and I think Toys R Us sells toys, video games. I've been hearing a rumor that kind of scared me, is that Toys R Us sold like movies, but I don't think that's the case. It wouldn't make sense. So yeah, I don't think, if you want to get your movie experience, again, there's an electronics department in Walmart. You can get DVDs over there for like $5. Again, that's where I get, you know, good majority of my movies and my DVDs. Hey, I'm not ashamed. I get most of my clothes from Walmart too. Hey, 2 confessions in 1 video. There you go. But no, you know, but yeah, and my video game from Toys R Us experience was when I was like a teenager slash preteen, was at GameStop, and now as an adult, the game section at Walmart in the electronics department. But yeah, I never had a Toys R Us in my hometown, where I'm from, and here now, where I'm in the city that I'm currently living in, we had a Toys R Us that was like right next to my middle school I went to at the time. Yeah, the middle school I went to, but it was on the other side of the fence, if that makes sense. And every day, in those 3 years in the same middle school I went to, you know, I've always looked at it and I see the logo and everything, and I'm like, huh, Toys R Us, that sounds like a pretty cool store. I never got to see inside of it. Hell, most of the YouTubers that you probably watch, a good majority of them go to Toys R Us, like Super Mario Logan. Super Mario Logan not only he goes to Toys R Us, but he makes videos inside of Toys R Us. And that was way before, you know, Nintendo sued him, and before, and I think even a little bit after he got demonetized. So he got to go, and he saw Chili's behind the scenes videos, like vlogs earlier, like during some of her early YouTube years in 2017, 18. They would go there from time to time, and but anyway, yeah, I was one of those people that never did. One of my friends, Josh, did. JBT, huge shout out. Purple J, huge shout out to him. He and his brothers got to go, but not me. So, yeah, I just never got to go. And, yeah, but yeah, like I said, most of the toys I did get is from Walmart. And, you know, looking back, I'm not like, when you're a kid, you're not, you know, ashamed. I think most of the time people, you know, because I'm pretty sure people would make fun of you if you get, you know, your clothes from Walmart, because they always like make fun of you for that, and I'm like, really? But yeah, that's my confession. I never been to Toys R Us. I never looked inside of it. I never walked in. And the funny thing is, during the 2012 Ninja Turtle cartoon came out, around that era, I don't know. I always wanted to go to Toys R Us just to buy those figures. That's based on the 2012 Ninja Turtle cartoon. But I always go to Walmart instead because they were like low-key a little cheaper, I think. I couldn't look up the prices for Toys R Us at the time, okay? I just couldn't. I mean, so I had a computer, but... and I could use the computer at school, but... I don't know. I didn't do it at school because, you know, I don't want my teacher to think I'm, like, not paying attention in class. But yeah, that's my confession. I never been to Toys R Us. And oh boy, I can imagine the comments in this one. Oh boy. And I know some of you are gonna make fun of me, saying, oh, you didn't go to Toys R Us, what a loser. And you get your toys from Walmart. Hey, at least Walmart was literally right near me, so can't complain. Besides, it's better than going it's better to go to a Walmart that's near me, other than a Walmart that's like way on the other side of town, just to get like a T-shirt or something. And by the way, I know I was originally gonna film this on Sunday, but you probably won't see this on. But I figured I'm actually gonna upload this after Sunday. Anyway, so yay! It's a good thing I don't do this series on Sundays. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seeing this on a Sunday. Well, it depends when I upload this. I don't know, but yeah, that's my confession. I never been to Toys R Us. I know most of you haven't as well. No, but yeah, that's my confession. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that. I don't know. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Have you been to Toys R Us? And if so, what was it like? Was it like everything you dreamed of? Was it like, and honestly, between you and me, Toys R Us kind of reminded me of Al's Toy Barn from Toy Story 2. But for copyright purposes, in the movie it's like Al's Toy Barn. And it's an actual like barn but with toys in it. In that movie's universe, that's you know, a Toys R Us. That's what I always thought, you know. Every time I watched Toy Story 2 when I was younger and I look at Toys R Us, I'm like, hey, that looks like that sort of reminds me of Al's Toy Barn in a way. But yeah, what was Toy Story? I got Toy Story on the brain. Well, what was your Toys R Us experience? Did you like it? Was it everything you imagined? Was it what your parents always told you? Because Toys R Us has been around even before I was born. Way before I was born. It was around when my parents was around. You know, I'm pretty sure my grandparents were around. My parents and grandparents are still alive. So to be clear. But you get the idea. Toys R Us has been around, you know, even way before I was born. It was around before my sister was born, before I was. So yeah, what was it like for you if you went? And if you didn't go, if you're like me, did you get your toys from Walmart or Target? And did you get your video games from IKEA? But IKEA is like what, a furniture store? Best Buy, that's what I meant. Both of the freaking logos of those stores look similar. I'm not sponsored by these stores, by the way. Did you get your toys from Kmart? Who remembers Kmart? I went into a Kmart a few times in my life before before it shut down, unfortunately. So yeah. If you went to Toys R Us, what was it like? And was it everything you dreamed of? Was it like pretty much your Peter Pan's Wonderland, if that makes sense, or Neverland, or whatever it's called? So with that said, I'll see you next Monday. Although this is recorded a few days before. I don't know. But either way, see you on next Monday for another Confessions video. Monty's Confessions. Anyway, take care.